Welcome
to the Two Travelers in Mexico.
So, we're still on our trip.
Road trip.
Yeah. We started in Mexico actually, but we came to California, and from California we took care of some personal business, and now we headed back through Nevada. Stayed the night in Tonopah, and then we drove into Arizona. We stayed a night in Flagstaff, Arizona, and now we are approaching the New Mexico border as we're on our way to visit a friend in Arkansas, and then on our way to Tennessee to our daughter's house to help them move in, and then we'll be headed back to Mexico. But, we've just been driving, doing our own little road trip here. As I said, getting ready to enter New Mexico. I think we're still a couple of miles away from that.
I was going to say something else, too. Actually, we're not helping my daughter with unpacking or anything. Woohoo! We're following behind after all that hard stuff is done. So she did a caravan with, 3 vehicles, and they're going to be unloading and stuff like that, where we will get there when that's done. There's probably going to be boxing and stuff still that needs to be undone and whatever, and so they're starting their new life in Tennessee, which is nice. And we thought, shit, we're retired, and she asked us to help, so why not, right? Everybody's leaving soon. Her caravan of people. Her husband is a contractor, so he's got some work to do for the next 2 months to wrap up in California. And her dad drove out there with the 27-foot trailer with her car, one of her cars towed behind it, and then she drove her car, and then her husband drove his spare truck with a big trailer behind it carrying some stuff too. So anyhow, we were just kind of cluing you guys in on what was happening, what's going on. But I tell you what, there is so much natural land that is not used. I mean, it amazes me. I think there's more natural land than there is land that's used. I really do. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, there's just tons of it. Tons of it. I mean, show them. Did you already show them? I don't know. I was driving. I wasn't paying attention.
So this is what it looks like as we're beginning to approach the Arizona-New Mexico border.
We did stop about 2.5 hours on our journey. We went to
we visited a Meteor Crater in Arizona.
Yeah, and then we had lunch there. So, and watched the movie that told about it, and went on a little tour.
But this little guy right here, believe it or not, weighs 1,406 pounds just by itself. Gives you a really good idea how dense this material is. So you can see how nice and shiny it is in spots. That's because it's been on display since the mid-50s when this first building was built. For you guys to not only actually get a good look at it, but you probably never had the opportunity to really touch a shooting star when you're making a wish on it, because guys, in essence, that's really what this is. It's a shooting star that did survive our atmosphere and made it all the way down here to Earth. So, and it is clean. We just sprayed it with pure rubbing alcohol too. That's how we do clean it. If we used anything else, it'd rust because it's iron. So it is rather clean. So all the nice little holes and the imperfections you see in it, that's all natural. None of that is man-made. These are called ablations. And what happens as a meteor comes through our high friction atmosphere, it generates a lot of heat, intense heat. Well, the softer materials actually do bubble or boil out, and they create those imperfections there. So But we even have one that goes all the way through right here. You can see through it. And we tease people, we tell them, don't go down to the gift shop and buy a necklace chain and try to wear this out of here because you will get noticed. So 1,406 pounds. So, I'll give you an idea what the main meteor size was. They say 150 feet in diameter. And guys, a really good reference is this building right here, Discovery Center is in, is exactly 150 feet. So if you would, just visualize a 150-foot ball right here was the size of the main meteor. And that was estimated to weigh about 300,000 tons in total. So you take 3 fully loaded aircraft carriers and add them all together, and that's about equivalent to that weight right there. So again, that's how dense that material is. So, but again, folks, if you'd like to join me out there for this 1 mile, 1 hour tour, it is beautiful. I'll open up the door here. Those of you who'd like to join me, go right around the corner. There's a large platform. You can be taken in some sights of the crater. Yes, sir.
So the meteor is down underneath, correct?
It is not. It is not. Basically, what happened was the meteor did blow up on impact. I like to put it simply: the meteor most definitely punished our Earth, but the Earth in turn punished the meteor back. Most of it did vaporize. A lot of it melted. The rest of it was actually fragmented and thrown out in the desert. So it's all out there, anywhere from microscopic pieces all the way up to our large fragments. And there's been about 20 of these large fragments found. This is by far the largest, but they've all been found outside the crater. There's never been any large pieces found in the crater itself. So, but guys, what I'll do, like I said, I'll let you out, go around the corner.
So Paulette and I are at the site of a crater impact here in Mexico, so we thought we'd just give you
In Mexico?
Arizona. Oops. So we just thought we'd give you a quick panoramic view of it. This crater apparently hit about 50,000 years ago. Yeah, the bottom they said was you could put 20 full-size football fields down there. And they said that the crater is a mile wide by a mile in length.
We're doing it to the right. To the Grand Canyon like Mark wanted to do. He's never been, but it was a little bit out of our way. It was like 79 miles to and 79 miles back, so we didn't do it. Next time we come through this area, we'll definitely stop at the Grand Canyon, maybe when the weather's a little bit nicer and not so cold like it is. They've said that there's been like a cold front for the last 3 days. Yay for us, leaving Sacramento at like 108.
Yeah, and then it was quite a shock to get into places that were like,
yeah, Nevada.
In the mid-30s.
Nevada, when we stopped that night, it was pretty darn cold in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course I have short sleeves on, I have my sandals on. Hello.
Yeah.
Luckily, we did pack some warmer clothes that we're bringing with us from our totes that we went through. And did I tell you that I ended up renting a 5x5 storage unit? I did, because I couldn't part with a lot of my stuff. I know. Some people it's just easier, some people it's not. For me, it's not. I mean, I parted with a lot, don't get me wrong. We had a 4-bedroom house. But there's just some things I'm not willing to part with. So we rented a storage unit for 1 year. We paid them up front, so we'll come back and get that stuff, or half of that stuff. or a
See,
third of that stuff.
now I'm the type, if I didn't miss it or need it in a year, I don't need it. It was very easy for me to get rid of stuff
I know,
the
but
first
that's
time.
a guy thing. Most
Okay.
guys are like that. Most guys can just pick up with a backpack and, you know, that's it. They don't care. Women are different. Right, women? Support me on this.
All right.
Tell me.
Let us know in the comments down below what you think. Is it easy to get rid of stuff for you? Or is it not? Do you have an emotional attachment to your things?
I mean, for only a 5x5 from a 4-bedroom house, that's not bad. I don't think. But,
Yeah.
you know, Mark's like, oh, just get rid of all of it. I can't do it.
Yeah, and I think that annoyed Paulette too, because I'm just that way. If we don't need it, haven't used it, get rid of it. But she has an attachment to a bunch of stuff, so it just made the process easier for us if she didn't have to deal with it all right away. So we just rented a 5x5 unit,
Yeah.
and we just took what we could get in our car.
I had it stored at my son's house for the last 9 or 10 months, and then I had 4 totes stored at my girlfriend's house, Bridget. And so we got all of that stuff and combined it and rented a 5x5 unit. So, you know, it was less stress for me. I kept going through my totes over and over, trying to think, okay, what am I willing to part with? What am I not willing to part with? And Mark could see the stress on me, I think.
Well, I could hear the stress too, as she would
Yeah.
come out and be annoyed with me because I wasn't really doing anything, because I was just willing to get rid of everything.
No, but I wasn't annoyed with you. It was hard for me because I kept sorting and I couldn't get it to go down any less. And my frustration was there with myself with that whole thing. So, you know, Mark's idea was, you know what, let's just suck it up, Buttercup, rent a 5x5, put the stuff in it, and, you know, we'll get it. It's just, I mean, living in Mexico is a lot cheaper, so it's not like we're living in California paying, you know, $2,500 mortgage payment and all the other bills on top of it that goes along with it in California to break the bank. So, you know, renting a storage unit isn't bad. It was $30 a month plus $30 a month plus
Renter's insurance.
renter's insurance that you had to pick up. So, and I hope I'm looking at the right part of the camera, because Mark bought a new camera and it's got the lens, and then you can see like a, what do you call it? Like a camera on the,
It's an LCD monitor screen.
yeah. And so I'm kind of looking at the LCD monitor screen. So I hope when he actually plays it, I'm not looking like this instead of looking at you, and I think I might be.
Oh,
Oops.
well.
You know, it's an adjustment. What can I say? We'll get used to the new camera. What do you guys think of the new camera and the volume? Is it better?
Video better, audio better.
Is it all better, do you think? Let us know in the comments below.
Even though our channel name is The True Travelers in Mexico, we actually just entered New Mexico, so at least temporarily, we are the two travelers in New Mexico. Say something.
Anyhow, we left Flagstaff, Arizona this morning, and we're driving our destination tonight. You never know with these darn big rigs what they're going to be doing. Put on their blinker and it's just kind of like, are you going to go? Are you not going to go? I don't know.
Yeah,
so I'm paying attention while I'm talking and driving at the same time. Anyhow, so we left, and our destination this morning, or today, is to make it to Albuquerque, New Mexico. So never been before, so it'll be a first time for both of us. And if you've never been there, it'll be a first time for you too. So you'll get to see what we get to see, and see if you like it, if you don't, whatever. But everything driving through so far, since we've hit New Mexico, kind of is pictured how I thought it would look with all the rock formations and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And I was telling Mark, I could just gaze up on these mountains and in awe of their structure and the, you know, erosion from the years of the weather and the rain, and it always, I don't know, it always does something to me looking at it. It's like, it's just such magnificent nature of God that you see, and it's just phenomenal, I think, you know. And then you get those big boulders that are on top, or that are sitting sideways on top of other boulders that are sitting sideways, and it just amazes me how they just stay there. They don't go anywhere most of the time. I mean, sometimes I think you could have a whoopsie-doopsie, you know, where you have a landslide, but for the most part, I don't think so. It's just amazing.
I, on the other hand, being the passenger, prefer that she keeps her eyes on the road while she's driving.
It's
But
flat.
yeah, it is pretty flat.
It's flat right now. Nothing's happening. Not a lot of traffic at all, really, today. It looks so cool. I don't know if they're doing some kind of excavation there on the mountain.
No, I think that's just like that.
I don't know. There's something over there,
Yeah.
some kind of a business or something. Anyhow, look how beautiful this is. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I love. Right over here, baby.
Well, yeah, I can't really see. Well, I guess we could see some.
You will as I move the car. But isn't that just gorgeous? Gosh. Mark saw one too that looked like a split rock, like in the Bible that they talk about. It was pretty cool, the formation on that one. But he wasn't able to capture the picture before we went by it, so that didn't happen. Look at that though. And then that one right there, look at those little peaks on it. You see that? There's like all of a sudden like these little towers up there on the mountain, or the rock formations.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well that is showing up in the video, but we'll check it out later.
I tell you what though, it's beautiful. I mean, I don't know. It's probably dry here and stuff. I don't know anything about New Mexico really, but I dig the rocks. I dig the piled rocks and the formation. Yep. I like it a lot. Now, I've been harping on Mark that he's got the camera at an angle, so let us know what you think. Now he's holding it straight, but he's been holding it at an angle. Let us know what you think on the video. At least I'm not just ahead, right? Like I was on the other video.